mechanical deception devices you are seeing were developed by the United States Army Troop Support Command. This video will focus on the assembly, disassembly, and preventative maintenance checks and services for the three-dimensional 2.5-ton truck mechanical deception device. These devices, when used in conjunction with the inflatable deception devices, form the logistics-based critical node deception sites. The inflatable deception devices consist of 4 inflatable decoys. 3 of the decoys are small, standalone devices requiring only inflation, while the 4th, the helicopter, requires continuous pressurization and is supported by an internal framework. The combination of these 2 types of deception devices, inflatable and mechanical, were designed to deceive an enemy observer either from the air or on the ground out to a distance of 1,000 meters. The mechanical deception devices replicate realistic visual representations and accurate thermal signatures in the just run, idle, or shut down modes of a variety of U.S. military vehicles. Within the logistics base and critical node, 2 types of mechanical devices are used: 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional replicas. The 2-dimensional designs include the Cutby, the APC, and the Jeep. The 3-dimensional designs include the Cutby, the 2.5-ton cargo truck, and the Jeep. Both 2 and 3-dimensional devices are similar in design. Each consists of low-cost, lightweight frames and canvas murals which incorporate thermal signatures. The 2-dimensional devices are like billboards, a frame with a canvas mural stretched across it. The 3-dimensional designs are full-size replicas of military vehicles. The main difference between the 2 and 3-dimensional designs is the frame used to support the canvas murals. The 2-dimension framework looks like this, while the 3-dimension frames look like this. The canvas murals contain thermal signatures requiring an outside source of electricity to power the thermal imaging components. The devices are all-weather and capable of withstanding 25-mile-per-hour winds. They are lightweight, portable, and highly reliable, requiring minimal assembly with no special tools. The main objective of this presentation is to show you, the operator, the proper procedures for assembly and disassembly of a 3-dimensional device. For a more detailed description of a 2-dimensional assembly in PMCS, refer to Multi-Spectral Close Combat Decoy Tape, PIN number 707829. For the purpose of this presentation, we will concentrate on the most complex of the 3-dimensional designs, the 2.5-ton truck, and its thermal signature power source, the EM2200 Honda generator. The frames, murals, and associated equipment for the 3-dimensional 2.5-ton truck are stored in 4 canvas bags and include the EM2200 generator. A pre-operation inventory in garrison of these bags should be conducted prior to the assembly of the device in the field. A list of all components for each bag is provided in the operation and maintenance manual. Care should be taken not to step on the contents of the carrying bags. The aluminum frame sections and thermal elements could be bent or broken, and the murals and skirts could be torn if stepped on. Some of the items, such as the skirts and murals, are identified with stenciled markings. Once you begin to assemble the device, you will quickly recognize the items which are marked. When the inventory is completed, you are now ready to begin the assembly. Proper assembly of the 2.5-ton truck device requires 2 personnel. A visual inspection of the canvas murals should be performed prior to assembly. If rips, tears or damaged electrical cables are discovered, refer to pages 3-24 through 3-30 of the Operation and Maintenance Manual for repair procedures. A repair kit is provided with the equipment for minor repairs as outlined in the manual. To begin assembly, place the closed front frame assembly on a flat surface. Next, spread and curve the front frame section as shown here. These are the 4 locking devices located on the front frame section. Secure these by pulling back on the slide hammer and placing the slide hook into the eye hook. The hooks go to the outside of the left and right frame sections, and the L-shaped frame collars go to the rear. Open the left and right side frame sections. Secure the 5 locking devices on each section. Align the left and right side frame sections with the front frame section. Position the 2 short adjustable frame support legs into the frame collars on the rear inside corners of the front frame section. Level the front frame and slide the safety snap pin through the support leg below the frame collar. Secure it with the spring wire. Now, position the 2 long support legs in the L-shaped frame collars located at the rear inside corners of the side frames. Level the side frames. Slide the safety snap pins through the support legs below the frame collars. Secure with the attached spring wires. Now, connect the side frames to the front frames by inserting the frame connecting tubes through the front and side frame collars. Secure with safety snap pins through the holes in the collars and the connecting tubes. The front and side frame connection should look like this when properly connected. Now, install the rear right side inside wheel skirt. You do this by hooking the 3 grommets at the bottom edge of the skirt to the hooks on the frame. Be sure to attach the stretch cords at the top edge and the ends of the skirt to the frame. Repeat this procedure to install the rear left inside wheel skirt. To install the left rear upper inside skirt with differential, first attach the hook and grommets. Next, attach the 9 stretch cords on the top edge of the skirt to the frame. Also, attach 6 hook and pile strips to the bottom edge of the skirt. Now, attach 2 hook and pile strips to the rear end of the skirt. Now, 1 hook and pile strip should be attached at the outside middle of the skirt to the frame. The rear upper right inside skirt is attached the same way, using the stretch cords and hook and pile fasteners. Do not attach the rear differential section of the right and left rear upper inside skirts until all cross braces have been installed. Next, install the 3 short and 3 long side frame cross braces. Simply Insert the ends of each cross member into the frame collars and secure with safety snap pins. Now, connect the rear cross sections of the skirt with the differential using hook and pile fasteners. Attach 2 hook and pile fasteners at the bottom edge of the differential cross skirt to the lower rear cross brace. At this stage of assembly, the device should look like this. From here, we move to the assembly of the cab mural. Open the cab mural with windshield and place it upside down on a flat surface. Now, attach the cab bow supports, left and right, to the forward frame assembly with safety snap pins and hook and pile strips. Position the long and short cab support bows inside the cab mural with the short bow to the rear of the cab. Now, lift and turn the cab mural to the upright position and insert the cab support bows into the cab bow supports. The windshield frame assembly is attached by sliding the windshield support bow under the erected cab mural. Raise the front end of the cab and secure ends of the windshield support bow into the frame support collars with safety snap pins. Attach the left and right side window support using safety snap pins to the inside of the short cab support bow and windshield support bow. The cab mural will look like this when attached to the cab bow supports. Next, position the 3 top hood support assembly bars over the windshield support crossbar. Attach the lower front hood support L bars to each end of the lower front hood support bar by sliding over the ends of the bar. Allow the lower front hood support bar with L bars to rest on the top of the front frame. Attach the left and right side hood support bars to the windshield support bow. Insert the ends of the lower front hood support bar into the front end of the side hood support bars. The front fender support bar is installed by placing the bar through the center of the front hood scissor section. No attachment is needed for this bar. The front lower wheel skirt with differential is attached by fastening the grommets in the bottom of the skirt to the hooks on the frame. Next, attach the hook and pile strips at the top of the skirt. The stretch cords at the top and bottom of each end of the skirt must now be attached. Installation of the front upper skirt is accomplished by attaching the grommets in the bottom edge of the skirt to hooks on the frame. Now fasten the hook and pile strips along the top and each end of the skirt. At this stage, the 2.5-ton truck should look like this. Next, starting at the left side of the hood, install the hood mural with exhaust stack by locating the zipper in the center of the hood. Fasten the zipper to the cab mural at the bottom front center. Now secure the hood mural to the cab mural by using the hook and pile strips. To install the lower exhaust stack, place it through the right side of the front frame assembly at the bottom corner of the windshield and secure it with hook and pile strips. Install the upper exhaust by placing the long exhaust stack section into the exhaust stack mural sleeve in the hood mural and slide it down over the lower exhaust section. Secure the two exhaust sections with safety snap pins and the top section with hook and pile strips to the frame. From here, we move to the installation of the grille and front sides mural. Begin by placing the grille and front sides mural in position in the front of the device. Fasten the zipper on the left side of the mural to the zipper on the hood mural over the left front fender. Repeat this procedure on the right side. Next, lift the end of the left hood support bar and slip the grille strap over the L bar. Now, reinstall the hood support bar. Repeat this procedure for the right hood support bar. Align the mural designs and secure the mural with hook and pile fastener strips along the edges of the mural. Attach the hook and pile strips at each end of the mural to the frame and to the stretch cords along the bottom edge of the mural to the hooks on the bottom of the front frame. Attach the guy ropes and tent stake assembly to the lower corners of the mural. Next, attach the front wheel grommets to the hooks on the frame. The next area we will cover is the installation of the cargo compartment support bows and canvas cover. The installation of the 5 support bows will require 2 personnel for easier assembly. Installation should begin from the front, with the number 1 bow being closest to the cab and the number 5 bow placed at the rear of the cargo bed. The number 1 and number 5 support bows have tabs with grommets on top of the upper sides of the bows. The other 3 support bows may be placed in any order between the number 1 and number 5 bows. Starting with the number 1 bow closest to the cab, place the bows into the frame collars. Allow them to slide down through the frame collars until the ends touch the ground. Repeat this procedure for the other 4 bows. Remember, only the first and last bow will have tabs with grommets in them. The rear inside of the canvas cover is marked rear and has hook and pile strips. Unfold the canvas cover and position it over the bows from the rear to the front. Attach the 4 hook and pile strips on the canvas to the front and rear bows to secure the canvas in place. Now, position the guy rope snap hooks through the 4 grommets on the front and rear of the canvas cover. Attach them to the tabs on the front and rear bows. The proper attachment should look like this. Now raise the support bows to full height. Secure the support bows with safety snap pins. Next, we move to the installation of the rear wheel murals. Position the mural. Hook the grommet on the front rear wheel over the hook on the side of the frame as shown. Hook the other 3 grommets in straps over the hooks on the side of the frame. Attach the 6 stretch cords to the side frame. Follow this same procedure for the left rear wheel murals. To assemble the left side rear bed mural, position the mural. starting at the rear of the bed. Hook the two corner grommets. Then, hook the remaining 6 grommets on top of the mural to the hooks on the frame. Hook the 2 large grommets over the ground anchors on the side of the frame. Attach the stretch cords to the side frame and attach 2 hook and pile strips on the outside edge of the mural to the frame. Press the hook and pile strips on the canvas cover to the top edge of the bed mural and be sure the ground anchors are through the large grommets on both the canvas cover and on the mural. The same procedure will be used to assemble the right side bed mural. Finally, attach the snap hooks on the guy ropes to the ground anchors. Lastly, pull the front and rear canvas cover draw cords taut, tie it off. Tie the front one off inside the bed of the device. The visual assembly of the 2.5-ton cargo truck deception device is now complete. You are now ready to connect the mural thermal element electrical wires. Beginning at the left front of the device, connect the hood mural electrical wire to the grill front side's mural connector. Next, connect the electrical wire at the bottom of the left front wheel to the front lower wheel skirt with differential. Now, connect the electrical wire at rear of the front lower wheel skirt with differential to the wire on the rear left side inside wheel skirt. Next, connect the electrical wire at the rear left side inside wheel skirt. Now, connect the wire at the rear right side inside wheel skirt to the front lower wheel skirt with differential. Lastly, connect the wire on the front lower wheel skirt with differential to the grill front side's mural with front wheels at the bottom of the right front wheel. From here, we move to the power sources for the 2- and 3-dimensional devices, the Honda EX1000 and the Honda EM2200X generators. The Honda EX1000 generator is the smaller of the 2 generators physically. It is the primary thermal power source for the 2-dimensional deception devices, while the EM2200X generator is the primary thermal power source for the 3-dimensional deception devices. The 2.5-ton truck requires the Honda EM2200 generator, therefore, we will demonstrate its operation. The starting procedures and PMCS for the EX1000 and the EM2200 generators are basically the same. The operator should refer to the manual for any differences between the 2 generators. The EM2200X generator is portable and air-cooled with a rated voltage of 120 volts AC. In order to prepare the EM2200X for operation, the generator must be placed on a level surface to prevent fuel leakage. Remove the canvas cover and ensure that the generator on-off switch, the fuel valve switch, and the AC circuit breaker switch are in the off positions. The next step in preparation is the grounding of the generator. A 3-section, 9-foot-long ground rod is provided. Grounding procedures may vary. Refer to TC11-6 for other grounding methods. Securely fasten the ground wire to the ground terminal on the generator and the ground rod. Now, remove the dust cover from the AC receptacle on the generator and connect the thermal element power cable to the AC out receptacle. At this point, the operator should perform the before operation preventive maintenance checks and services. If there are any questions, the operator should refer to Table 2-1 in the manual for PMCS procedures. Perform a visual inspection of the generator and generator frame looking for broken, bent, or missing parts. Ensure the spark plug wire is securely attached to the spark plug, and make certain the ground cable and terminal are securely attached and properly grounded. Check the oil level by removing the oil filler cap and wiping the dipstick with a clean rag. Reinsert the dipstick in the filler hole without screwing it in, then remove it again and check oil level. If oil level is below the upper level mark on the dipstick, add oil to the correct level as needed. Do not use non-detergent vegetable oils. They may damage the engine. Check the air cleaner. If the element is clogged, wash in a non-flammable or high flash point solvent. Next, check the fuel filter cup. Turn off the fuel valve and remove the filter cup, taking care not to damage the rubber gasket. Clean the cup thoroughly and reassemble. Check the fuel level. If fuel is needed, turn engine switch off, remove tank cap, and fill. Once fuel is added, the fuel gauge will read in the red. Be sure to observe all fuel cautions and warnings listed on pages 2-30 and 2-31 of the manual. Once the checks and services have been completed, you are ready to turn the generator on. Place the fuel valve and the engine toggle switch in the on position. Move the choke lever to the closed position. Next, pull lightly on the starter rope until resistance is felt, then pull briskly. Do not allow the starter rope to snap back. This may cause damage to the equipment. Once the generator is started, and as the engine warms up, move the choke lever to the open position. Next, place the AC circuit breaker in the on position and ensure that the power lamp is lit. During operation of the generator, the operator should turn the thermal engine and drive switches on and off. To verify that they are working properly, the operator should listen for the power fluctuation. After the generator is turned on, you will need to position it. This is done by sliding the generator under the hood of the deception device while it continues to operate. For continuous operation, do not exceed the rated power of 2.0 kilovolt amps and do not exceed the current limit specified for any one receptacle. Operation of the generator at a maximum power of 2.2 kilovolt amps should be limited to 30 minutes or less. In the event an overloaded circuit causes the AC circuit breaker to switch off, reduce the electrical load on the circuit, wait a few minutes, and reset the circuit breaker. To turn on the thermal signature, set the engine switch to the desired level, low, high, or off. If you want the device to appear cold, leave the engine switch in the off position. Next, set the drive switch to the desired position, low or high, or leave off if the wheels are to appear cold. The 2.5-ton truck visual and thermal setup is now complete. We will now demonstrate the procedures for turning the generator off. Begin by sliding the generator out from under the hood of the deception device and turning the thermal element control panel switches off. Place the AC circuit breaker switch and the engine switch in the off position. Finally, place the fuel lever in the off position. With the generator turned off, we next prepare the device for disassembly and movement. First, perform the after-operation PMCS on both the generator and the device. Inspect the device visually for rips and tears or any damaged electrical cables. Inspect the generator and frame for bent, broken, or missing parts. If you discover any problems, refer to the manual. Disconnect the thermal element power cable from the AC out receptacle and replace the dust cover on the receptacle. Then, cover the generator with its canvas cover. Next, open two of the carrying bags and lay them on a level surface. Unsnap the 8 snap hooks on the guy ropes. Remove the tent stake assemblies from the ground. Neatly wrap the guy ropes around the tent stakes and place them on the appropriate bag. Next, lower the canvas support bows and remove the canvas cover. Fold and place in bag 1. Next, disconnect all thermal hookups and remove the rear wheels by unfastening the stretch cords and grommets. Now, to remove the cargo compartment mural, disconnect all fasteners and hook and pile strips. Fold them and place in bag 1. Disconnect the forward engine compartment and wheel mural. Ensure that you disconnect all thermal element cables. Fold all murals and place in bag.
Now, unzip and remove the hood mural with exhaust stack from the hood support bows.
Fold and place in bag 1.
Next, release the safety snap pins. Remove the fender, hood, and windshield support bows from the frame assembly.
Now remove the cab mural and support bows. You can now remove all inside and outside skirts and disconnect all thermal connection.
Next, remove the 5 canvas cargo support bows. Now you can remove the 6 cross braces.
Now remove the 4 support legs from the frames. Remove the 4 frame connecting tubes. Unlock the 10 locking devices on the right and left side frames and collapse the frames. Unlock the 4 locking devices on the forward frame. Collapse the forward frame and place in bag. Fasten the buckles and straps around the contents of the bags and secure the bags. This concludes the assembly and disassembly of the 3-dimensional 2.5-ton cargo truck deception device. This device is just one of a wide variety of mechanical and inflatable devices developed by the U.S. Army Troop Support Command. The use of these deception devices will play a key role in deceiving and ultimately defeating the enemy on the battlefield. You, the operator, have an important part to play in the use of these devices. Learning to assemble and disassemble them quickly and efficiently could mean the difference between victory and defeat. If we can deceive the enemy today, we can defeat him tomorrow.